Welcome to Paranormal Nightshift, your home for everything that goes bump in the dark, and your fan stories told right here. Today's story comes from Amanda, and it is titled Pyramid Lake. Before we get into tonight's story, I want to let you in on something special. Ever wanted to get a jump on the paranormal action? Crave more chills, more thrills, more unexplained phenomena? Well, now's your chance. Become a member of our Patreon and get exclusive access to our early episodes. That's right, a whole week before anyone else. Not only that, but our Patreon episodes are completely ad-free, so you can dive right into the creepy without any interruptions. But that's not all. Patreon members also get a front row seat to our brand new ebook series, Paranormal Time Traveler. In this thrilling saga, our time-traveling investigator journeys back in time to explore the strange and unexplained stories submitted by you, our amazing listeners. So, if you're ready to take your paranormal obsession to the next level, head on over to Patreon and join the Paranormal Nightshift family. You won't want to miss what we have in store for you. Our Patreon link is in the description, or visit patreon.com/paranormal nightshift. Now, let's get into tonight's story. The lake was more than just a body of water. It was a living, breathing entity, steeped in myth and mystery. As a kid growing up in Nevada, the stories of the water babies were as much a part of my childhood as the desert sun. The Paiute legend, dark and haunting, painted a picture of a lake teeming with the restless spirits of infants cast into the depths to ensure the strength of the tribe. The tales were terrifying, but they were also undeniably alluring. As a teenager, armed with the bravado of youth and a disregard for the supernatural, I was drawn to the lake like a moth to a flame. My friends and I would spend countless hours on its shores, fishing, swimming, and inevitably sharing stories about the water babies. One crisp autumn morning, we decided to push the boundaries of our courage. The sun hadn't fully risen, casting an ethereal glow over the still waters. We launched our small fishing boat, the rhythmic lapping of waves against the hull, providing a counterpoint to the hushed conversation. As the day wore on, the air grew heavy with an unspoken tension. The stories we'd shared, once dismissed as mere folklore, began to take on a sinister reality. The water, once inviting, now seemed to hold a dark secret, a lurking presence just beneath the surface. Then we heard it, a faint, almost ethereal cry, like the wail of a newborn, carried across the still water. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end. My friends exchanged terrified glances, their faces as pale as the morning mist. We scanned the lake, searching for any sign of disturbance, but the water remained eerily calm. As the day wore on, the encounters became more frequent. Eerie whispers carried on the wind, the phantom touch of unseen hands on our fishing lines. And then there were the shadows, fleeting glimpses of distorted figures moving beneath the surface. They were not fish, not logs, but something else entirely, something terrifying. Fear, cold and sharp, gripped us. We abandoned our fishing rods, our minds consumed by the desperate need to escape. The journey back to shore was a blur of terror, the engine of the boat roaring against the silent menace of the lake. As we pulled into the boat ramp, we looked back at Pyramid Lake. The morning sun was now casting its golden rays across the water, but the lake seemed different, darker. We had glimpsed into the heart of darkness, and what we'd seen would haunt us for the rest of our lives. The water babies of Pyramid Lake became more than just a legend that night. They became a chilling reality, a reminder that some mysteries are best left undisturbed. Remember, If you want to support the show, head on over to our Patreon page. Your contributions help us keep the lights on, the stories flowing, and the time traveler fueled up for his next adventure. But hey, if you can't support us financially, no worries. Just sharing the show with a friend or rating us on your favorite podcast platform goes a long way. And if you've got a spooky story of your own, we'd love to hear it. Share it with us right here on Paranormal Nightshift. You never know, your story might just become the next chapter in the Paranormal Time Traveler series and told here on the show. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled for the unexplained, your ears open for the unheard, and your minds open to the possibilities.